What's up, everybody? Doing another one of these NBA videos where I just kind of talk about the games that happened on the last day. So yesterday was Monday the 28th, and there were 5 games, and I'm just going to kind of talk about them, talk about the teams, talk about highlights, stuff like that, what happened, and yeah, we're just going to go over it. Starting with the Pistons at the Hawks. The Pistons would lose this game 120 to 128. Josh Jackson had 27, 4 and 2. Trae Young had 29, 3 and 6. Nothing really eventful to talk about this game. I mean, Trae Young looks amazing, and everyone on the Hawks just seems to be able to follow in his footsteps. Oh, and I forgot, Rondo came back for this game, and Rondo isn't looking like a great veteran leader. He had 12 points, went 5 for 8 with only 15 minutes on the court, which is great for this team. They had no veteran leadership really, especially with losing Vince Carter to retirement. So having Rondo on this team is just going to be great for them, and the Hawks are now 3-0. So clearly everything, the trades that they made for Bogdan and Rondo are working out for this team, and is kind of proving. With the Pistons, I mean, I don't really know what I could say about them. They're just kind of a mess. Killian Hayes looks like a nice rookie for them, I guess. And yeah, I don't really know what to say. Pistons lose 120 to 128. Next game is the Grizzlies versus the Nets. The Nets were without Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. They were just resting. They're not hurt or anything. But Kyle Anderson had 28, 7 and 3. Karis LeVert 28, 4 and 11. So that's a double-double for him. In this game, Ja Morant tried to block a shot on I forget who, and it looks like he has some sort of ankle injury. It doesn't look like it's anything bad from what I've heard, but that's really unfortunate for the Grizzlies, because Ja is the centerpiece for their team, and without him I don't really know what they could do. But it doesn't look like it's that horrible. It doesn't look like he has a torn ACL or Achilles or anything like that. So that's fortunate for them, but unfortunate that they're without Ja. This game also went into overtime, where the Grizzlies would pull away with 10 points to the Nets 5 in overtime, and they win 116 to 111. Next game being the Jazz versus the Thunder. Another really close game, where Donovan Mitchell had basically a game winner, where he banked in a floater to close out the Thunder, where Mike Conley also had 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists, and Lou Dort with 26, 2 and 1. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, man, he looks so good on the Thunder. Like, I don't know what to say. He looks so calm, so poised. Like, he's doing a great job with this team, and it looks like he's really captivating them. So I'm, excited for that, and it looks like he can go places. He had 23 with 36 minutes. On the side of the Jazz, Bogdan had 23, Mike Conley 20, Donovan Mitchell 20. Just a solid effort from the Jazz. They win the game 110 to 109. The Thunder are now 1-1, and the Jazz are 2-1. Moving on to the second to last game, we're going to talk about being the Houston Rockets at the Denver Nuggets. Two powerhouse Western Conference teams, hopefully, with DeMarcus Cousins and John Wall coming back. So this game was won by the Nuggets. They win 124 to 111. James Harden had his casual 34, 6 and 8, and Nikola Jokic had a triple-double with 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 18 assists. That is an insane stat line. 18 assists for a 7-footer, that's just absolutely outstanding. I don't know what else you can say about that. Also for the Rockets, Christian Wood had 23, and that's pretty much all the other outstanding performances. They're without DeMarcus Cousins, John Wall, and Eric Gordon, by the way. So, I don't really think they had the capability to win this game without those role guys. They just basically had PJ Tucker, Daniel House Jr., and James Harden, of course. On the Nuggets side, Jamal Murray had 21, Paul Millsap had 19, Michael Porter Jr. had 14. And yeah, it was just a solid effort from Denver, where the team looks solid this year. They're 1-2, but they still look solid. The Rockets are now 0-2. Of course, they missed that first game. So, Nuggets win 124-111. Last game of the day being the Trailblazers at the Lakers. Lakers come into this game 2-1, and Damian Lillard had a cool 31, 4-5. LeBron James had a cool 29, 9-6. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there was a sick block that Derrick Jones Jr. had on LeBron James. He just completely came out of nowhere. He's from my area, and he has just insane hops, and he'll go up and get anything if he puts in the effort. He's a nice role player for them, and he's going to do well. Standout performance for the Blazers being Gary Trent Jr. went 10 for 14 from the field in 24 minutes and dropped 28. That's very, very impressive. They have a great guard lineup with Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, who had 20, and Gary Trent Jr., who was doing things for them clearly. And they would walk away with the win on the Lakers, 115-107. Of course, the Lakers, LeBron had 29, Dennis Schroeder had a nice 24, and Anthony Davis was relatively quiet. He made no threes, no attempted ones either, and only had 13 in 38 minutes. Gonna need more from him, It's AD, but, we'll get more from him. And that's pretty much just going to wrap it up for yesterday. Exciting basketball, some good games. I don't really know what else to say. I'm excited to keep watching throughout the season and see how these teams develop and stuff like that. So, that's going to wrap it up. I was Ethan. Peace out. Stay safe.